What else can today's artificial intelligence do? Because today's AI is a phenomenon, much like radio waves, where it was kind of really discovered, not invented from scratch, it is what it is. It is limited, and the intelligence component is actually pretty faint. But so were the first radio signals. Even the first light bulbs were dim. We need to improve what we got. Use repeater towers, better filament, and so on. Text-generating AI is best used when you ask it to create a list first and then drill down into it. You go over that list to strengthen all the points, to expand it maybe. This weaves your mind into the process, and you get to control the AI as it descends down to the finer parts. This means you can write books. Ask the AI for a list of chapters, and then sections and subsections, and it will gush stories for you. It will emit coherent paragraphs. The AI does hallucinate, so if you ask for a programming book, you will have to test everything thrice. But if you ask for a cookbook, the worst thing that will happen is a banana in place of an apple. It may not make the recipe better, but it will make it more interesting and unique in an honest and good way. To know exactly what you can do, just go into a bookstore. All those books can be generated. You can create your own religion, though you shouldn't. And you can replicate all kinds of poetry, and it will rhyme. There are even services that will help you create audiobooks without having to sit down and read them all. But reading your AI creation out loud will help you catch all the bugs and help you make final changes. You should absolutely be the one narrating the AI books. It isn't as easy as it seems, and you won't do it right if you are tired. People who try may end up re-recording entire hours. So you need to do it in the morning, on a crisp mind. It will be quite a unique creation. Which brings us to books with illustrations, including extras like calendars, playing cards, or tarot cards. The AI can do line art and frighteningly well. That means you can generate entire coloring books, and they will work for any subject. You can create a massive business out of this. Coloring books really outline this capability where AI creates unique things each and every time. And as the case is with coloring books, the more the better. People always want new coloring books. It means nothing that there already exists a book about coloring zebras or pandas. People will always appreciate more, and every book generation will always be unique. There's actually a second thing in the realm of black and white, and that is the drawing book or drawing reference book. And here the results are stunning. No artist will get enough, even those who hate AI. And in fact, what makes a book in this area special is the sheer weight and size. The larger the page, the more of the drawings, the more sought out your book will become. Some people will like one subject. Others may go for history of things, yet others just head references, for example, or expressions. Again, the nicest thing you can do in this zone is to go to a bookstore and see what art books they got. Crayons is the next thing after black and white. They look beautiful for decorating children's books. The images look like painted by a child, but they are accurate, colorful, and always eye-catching. Get a text-generating AI to write a book that teaches kids about programming, and then just fill it in with vaguely relevant crayon doodles. The moth that gave the rise to the idea of bugs, the rubber duck that many a sad and lonesome programmer knows all too well. And then, leading programmer figures. How funny would it be to depict a famous personality with crayons in a children's book? This is awesome. Art-generating artificial intelligence can also easily handle simple tarot cards. You will need to give it a description and some sample photos to hang on to some common theme, and then, make sure your aspect ratio is that of a card, and boom! Though tarot is a strange thing, this demonstrates the power of art generators. You get an intricate border because that is always associated with tarot. And because the AI is aware of all the other cards, you don't have to give an exact description of what you need. And let me tell you something. I would seriously consider spending maybe like $4 on a tarot deck with robots, or cyborgs, or shiny cyborgs, or bootleg superheroes with freaking lasers. I don't know anything about tarot, but I got $4 right here. It is very important to mention UI kits and website design. A UI kit is a beautiful minimum you need to make an application. It's really just the components you usually see on your screen, buttons and scroll bars and drop downs and little windows and such. The AI can also generate images of web page designs and product pages for specific products. And that always seems to come out quite nice. In both of these instances, you have to be familiar with some heavy things to turn these into actual hits. But this is not to say that you must absolutely be a web developer. It just means that you have to pay one to convert your pictures into, for example, a WordPress theme that then you can sell for a few dollars, though countless many times. Finally, to keep this whole list short, there is one more unusual thing the AI is really good at. Logos, emblems, t-shirt motifs, and simple things that you ask it to generate on an isolated background. I haven't tried it yet, but I bet it's really good at generating interesting business card designs as well. What does this all mean? It means a lot of jealous, angry people that don't want you to do any of this because it took them years to master it all. And now You, without training, can do all that in 20 seconds. Not good. Wait until people realize that doctors and lawyers are next. These extremely expensive, stressful, and demanding careers were not exactly a good idea, though no one could predict we would have AI so soon. Though both are quite precious today, this will change completely, just in the course of a single year, just as it is with design. There will always be a human signing off on all the important things, but it will be a much smaller workforce. Can the AI come after programmers as well? Yes. But we have to use the book chapter trick from above. We need a lot of breaking down, a lot of drilling, and book-sized instructions. But I tell you what, the AI already has all the code. And when trained on high-quality data, not just the forums, the code will surprise even the seasoned programmer. It is possible to tell it to create very large programs, and with instructions and tests written by programmers, it will generate the code. It can probably generate office suites, large photo editors, maybe web browsers. But this would take a lot of work. You basically have to describe the programs in great detail. It seems rather far-fetched, but so was AI last year. Lastly, even weak intelligence has the ability to expand itself. This is a fast method, and it's almost completely automated. You just get the AI to write all the books, just like described above, and have the next version learn from them. It is okay to be scared, to be angry, to be disappointed, be it because it's too much or too little. This is what it was like when people started switching to cars. There was a lot of angry folk with horses, many calling people names for switching to cars.
I had to learn how to wash them, and brush them, and ride them. The automobile will rob me of all of my future. The heck with you all.
Famously, Ford said, "If I asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse." This is where we are at today. A lot of angry people want their horses to continue to sell well. But that is not how progress works.